What up, what up, what up? What's going on, everyone?
Who else goes deaf? I know I go deaf.
What's going on, everyone? Happy Tuesday. So what's going on? I'm hoping everyone has had a great 420, great Easter, great... Is Earth Day today? Earth Day is somewhere around this. Am I wrong? Earth Day is like today or tomorrow or something?
So yesterday.
A great Earth Day. All that happy stuff. What's going on? If you're new to this podcast, I'm Shadell, co-host of Paging the Simpsons. I am joined by my lovely fiance.
Hi, it's Lauren.
And we are going to get into some stuff. Oh, man. So like I said, hope everyone had a great weekend. Ours was great. A lot of food. I've been like a freaking food coma. At this point, we both have kids. Shoot. Oh, man. So I want to get into this, and I feel like we talked about this topic before. There was a recent article, or not even article, it popped on Reddit, where this lady asked the question if she says her boyfriend wants to propose with the same ring he designed for his ex, and people were telling her not to accept it. So let me kind of skim through this article here, because it was a minute since I read it.
Reddit.
Oh my God. Yeah, pretty much she just goes into explaining like how it was from like a previous ex-girlfriend that the boyfriend had. He spent thousands of dollars customizing the ring overseas, and now he would only get a few $100s back if he sold it instead.
What is the ring made of that it's not worth anything anymore?
Man, I'm looking through the article. I do not see.
Was the previous person a fiance or a girlfriend he wanted to propose to, and then the relationship? Okay.
Yeah, that's really it. Well, I want to know your thoughts, because a lot of women are like, nah, like, we're not doing that, boo-boo.
I mean, okay, so, well, yeah, I mean, right off the bat, I'm like, no. Just because it's like, I mean, first of all, is it customized to the ex? Because if you customize a ring, it's usually with the person in mind, which you can date two completely different people. Sure, they could have the same taste, but I don't know. I think it's a ring that was customized with the person in mind, and now that person isn't there. So it's kind of like sloppy seconds kind of thing. And then, I mean, it's not terrible, at least that it wasn't worn. That would be even worse if it was like given and then given back, and now it's like secondhand. But it just rubs me the wrong way.
See, here's my thing. So you're telling me I hit up a jewelry place. I have a girlfriend I was going to propose to, 6 months down the road, whatever. We break up. It doesn't work out. Mm-hmm. Then I find you. And we work out. We're in it like 2-3 years. Mm-hmm. Everything's good. I'm like, yo, I want to propose to her. And I pop the question, and like... I pop the question, you like the ring, and then for some stupid reason, I happen to tell you like, hey, yeah, this ring was going to be for my ex-girlfriend, and, I still had it because I didn't want to sell it because I wasn't going to get much, and I figured, this ring is meant for you.
That was going to be my next question, is like, technically, how would she know?
This guy's an idiot. That's how she know. Like, I would never tell a girl, yo, this is the ring that my ex was going to get, and I'm giving it to you.
I don't know, because it's like, it's just a ring. So, I mean, if I don't know the difference, but at the same time, people could argue that that's a communication thing, and that's kind of an issue if you don't say it. But
dog, I'm telling you straight up, if I spend thousands on a ring and it was meant for someone else.
But that was spending thousands in that part of your life. Like, I often look
I'm not made of money.
Okay, but I can't help that it didn't work out years ago with that person.
Yo, no.
I'm a different person, a different investment.
That's a lot. I invested on dates, on gas, on movie tickets, on freaking...
So why am I not worth vacation? The investment of my own, like, with me in mind?
I invested ahead of time. I paid...
Because the thing is, too, he didn't even just get a generic ring. That's the thing. He custom made it. When you're custom making a ring, I feel like it's with the person in mind. Because you did it, okay? It's a very specific... Like, this is the style I like.
But what if she liked that style?
It's still kind of weird to me.
This guy's stupid for telling her. That's straight up. Like, why would you tell this girl? Like, I get if you want to say communication thing, cool, whatever. No.
I want to know what he spent thousands on. Now it's not worth anything. Usually, like, diamonds and gold, like,
maybe it was a ripoff. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't depreciate that much.
I don't know. He said he got it from overseas. Who knows what that means? So would you accept that if I gave you a ring that I had planned for someone else? That's what you're leading to. That's what it sounds like. And yo, if that's the case, give me that ring back. Like, take that off your hand.
What?
Give me that.
What does that mean?
Shoot, I got this ring. I got in my safe.
No, but let me ask you the same question.
Okay.
If you had made this ring for me and then you went to the next person, we didn't work out, would you try doing something like that?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. Yes, I would. Yo, in a heartbeat. I'm trying to save money. Oh, it's not happening. I'm not going to spend a couple. How much was it? Was a lot. It was a lot of money. It was a lot of money on that ring. So I'm not going to spend all that money a second time for someone else. I invested in you when we went on these dinner dates, on these lunch dates, on these movie, I don't even know, flights to different places. I invested in you a ton. Like, take this ring. I don't like women put so much emphasis on the ring. That's the thing. That's the issue. Like, they put so much emphasis on
it's special to us. It's made for us.
Yo, no.
It's a symbol from you to me. It's not from anybody else.
Yeah, I'm gonna get woke right here. It's a symbol of what society tells you.
Yeah. We're not doing that. We're gonna keep it romantic.
Oh my God. How is this romantic?
Because you want to spend forever with me.
Oh, yeah, with the ring I was going to give to my ex.
Man, could you stop it? What ex? Exactly.
My right hand.
Ew.
Yo, see.
To answer your question, I don't know. Because,
yeah, because
I don't want to be a bitch, but at the same time, I don't like it. So I don't know what I would do. Maybe I'd accept it and be like, all right, can you maybe
I feel like for
give me an upgrade later or something?
The vibe you're giving me, you're pretty much going to be like, I mean, yo, so okay.
It just feels like sloppy seconds.
Let's talk about this then. So let's say I give you the ring from the next person, give it to you, and you accept it, and then I tell you, okay, since I gave you that, pick out whatever you want for an engagement ring. So maybe you want to go a bit more expensive or whatever.
Okay.
And that could be the freaking thing.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. So, say I accept it, and then I would kind of hope that you would suggest something like that.
Because buying another ring, guys that have proposed, guys that are going to propose, guys that have a ring and don't know what to do with it. We understand. It costs a lot.
Yeah.
I can't imagine doing that. I can't imagine me buying a second ring for someone. What I'd probably do if I was this guy, instead of buying a separate ring, I would see if what she liked and maybe get adjustments. Maybe.
Well, yeah.
Change the amount.
Okay,
or something.
yeah. So there's different ways you could go about this. I mean, you're going to spend money regardless, and it really depends how elaborate you're going. But you could do say it's a square looking ring and it has sapphire crystals on the side or something like that. You could then make you could make it like a round with the sapphires around as a halo instead of on the sides. You can kind of change it up. You can change the color of the metal. So then that's not bad, to be honest, because then it's still different. It's a different ring. Now we just get into the weird details, though. This is weird.
Why is it weird?
I still don't like it.
What if it's real?
Man, shut up. You don't have an actual ex.
Ugh.
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 That push your teeth. Ugh.
Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just giving you the ring straight up. If you don't want it, I'm gonna say we can go halvesies.
Oh my God. I mean, well, the reality is anyway, the ring debt becomes our debt anyway. For a lot of people.
It's true. And the engagement
for
ring.
people, yeah, a lot of people don't have, however much they're actually going to spend on a ring by themselves.
True.
So then once you get married, or live together, or however your finances are, I mean, it kind of just becomes joint debt now. It kind of stinks, to be honest, because then it's like, you're like, I basically paid for my own ring. But that is kind of how it is today. Because it's like, say you put down a certain amount and then you don't have the rest. Okay? Then it's both yours now.
That's true.
It has to be paid off somehow.
Yeah. Well, in other news, let's talk about one man that probably won't be proposing to anyone because...
That's a segue.
Because of his weird fetish is what I'd probably call it. So, this happened in Florida, as you know. Crazy people in Florida.
Okay.
What? You never heard that?
No.
Yo, you can literally... Google, like, your birthday and put, like, Florida man or Florida woman or whatever, and you'll find an article.
Seriously?
Of no matter what year it is, you'll find something on that day. Literally, it was a thing. I think Will Smith did it, where he's like, Google, like, Florida man, and then, like, some date. And I think it was your birthday that he said to do. And, like, yeah, he's like, that's you.
Weird.
Like, so many things happen in Florida. So, this is a crazy story, and I just want to talk about it. So, police have arrested a man, they say, screamed obscenities and threatened to unleash an army of turtles on their entire town. An army... This guy called himself the Saint.
Of turtles?
Yo, man, okay. Imagine, because we live in like a little residential spot. So imagine our neighbor. He comes out. He comes out. He's like, I hate you. I always see you outside with your dog, taking it to the bathroom. I want to stick my army of turtles on you.
Ride.
Yo, and then he opens his garage and you see like these small turtles just like trying to inch their way out. I'm just like,
half of them are in their shells like, I don't want to go.
Like, what? I thought this was...
Are they at least snapping turtles? That would be more threatening.
It does not say. He was...
I'm just picturing a little horde of turtles going down the road.
Oh my God. I don't know what's up with Florida. Like, I feel like so many things happen in Florida that I'm just like, what? So this guy, of course, he has multiple charges, including disturbing the peace, resisting arrest without violence. What do you do? Like, when you go into jail, like, what are you going to tell the guys?
I was trying to unleash my turtles. And then the guys will be like, I know what you mean. Yeah, my turtles. No, I get it.
Yeah, that sounds mad.
I get
suspect.
it. I get what you're saying.
That sounds
because like turtles can mean something else, and so they think it's badass, but really you really mean turtles.
No, he's like, I actually mean turtles. Like I had 1,000 turtles.
Oh, you went big home.
Yeah,
okay.
I got mad turtles. I had them out, yo, and I was like, come on, cops, fuck y'all. And then he hit.
You got those good cat turtles?
Yeah. The ones with the weird bug eyes.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
The delectable kind?
Yeah.
Oh, tasty. Okay.
Yo, so I opened the garage door. I was like, yo, turtles. And I was like, whoop, whoop. Had them all come out. Had all these turtles come out and be like, yo, turtles, get them. And the cops were like, yo, I don't know what to do. I don't know whether to step on these turtles or shoot them.
Oh, the turtles didn't do anything wrong.
Yo, they were in on it. They were in on it on the low. They're like, yo, this is my master. This is the Saint. I got to follow him to the Lord.
Right? Oh, my God.
Bless up.
Okay, well.
I just had to talk about that.
That was really random.
I just had to talk about that because I thought that was funny.
I gotta do that Google thing.
Cool. Yo, as we're talking about this, Google it. Like, Google, like, Florida woman. If you're listening to this, do it also. Google Florida woman or Florida man and then type in your birthday. Like, mine's October 15th. So I'll do, like, Florida man. I'm going to do mine also. Florida man, October 15th. And see if you get anything there. And that's who you are. That's your spirit animal.
I didn't see anything when I did Florida woman and my birthday, but I see... It says Sarasota Herald Tribune. Which Florida man are you? This Google search will tell you. So, like...
Oh, my God.
Apparently, you have to, like, do something specific.
Nope, I found one.
Here's the tweet that started it.
I found one right on my birthday.
Did you do the year?
No, just October. No, you don't do the year. The year doesn't matter. You just type in October, or you type in whatever day of your birthday, and then you find whatever is there because there's gonna be an article for Florida.
Woman sets fire to wrong car package, August 27th.
That is your spirit animal. That's what you're gonna be reincarnated as. I'm just gonna let you know.
Oh no, but there's another. Woman dies in head-on collision.
Okay, that's more. We're gonna skip right over. Yeah, so here goes mine.
Florida woman gets 17 years in prison for selling drugs at Steak and Shake.
What? What are you doing? Like, yo, hold this package.
Maybe it's disguised as a salt packet.
Right? Or like she bought a drink and she has like stuffed in the drink.
Florida man charged with exposure at Pensacola strip club. Yeah, wait, that's not my birthday. That one's a lie.
All right. let me get one off here. So this one is Florida man gets $37,500 after officer thought glazed donut was meth.
What?
I'm making it out. Because a cop mistook a glazed donut in my car.
Cops are supposed to know their donuts.
He didn't want to lick it. He didn't want to lick it and find out. Yo, so I get $37,000.
Look at what I did. See, look at that setting fire to it.
God, wait, what is that to the wrong car package?
Setting fire. She thought she was setting fire to her ex-boyfriend's car, but she got the wrong vehicle. The 19-year-old woman fanned the flames in the boot of the car before leaving it to burn.
Yo, Florida people.
He did her wrong.
I'm sorry for people that live in Florida. I got family in Florida, and I'm sorry for everyone that's there. That's not crazy.
Like, oh, look, is she cute?
Okay. We're gonna get off this topic of Florida. Oh my god.
I want to see what happened.
Yo, I'm so curious. If you
possessing and selling fentanyl, cocaine, carfentanil, and marijuana. Heroin was also sold at the restaurant.
If you are listening to this, go on Google right now, type in Florida woman, Florida man, whatever you are, whatever you identify as, and hit in your birthday, not the year. So like mine's October 15th, and then see what comes up on the articles. I'm so curious.
If you're August 27th, I already told you yours.
Do that, and if I'd be totally up if you guys want to like screenshot it or send it through email or hit us on Twitter or whatever. Like
hashtag PagingTheSimpsons on Twitter.
I'm so curious to know like what everyone has for this. Like after looking at some, because I guarantee there's probably some article of every day of the year for Florida.
Apparently, I was trying to set my ex-boyfriend's car on fire.
Also, you got an ex-boyfriend. Did he give you that ring? And was that the reason? So I want to talk about this next topic here, which is we talked about it on a past episode. Which is would you vaccinate our kid or our kid? Would we be vaccinating? And I want to talk about this a bit more because it keeps heating up, and I'm like, no, I don't want to talk about this, but it keeps like bubbling and bubbling, and it's not going away. So I'm like, okay.
People would argue that's a side effect of not getting vaccines. It's bubbling and bubbling and not going away.
So the measles outbreak is spreading, and like a man didn't know that he had the measles and infected 38 people in 2 weeks. He went from New York to Michigan.
How does one not know they have the measles?
I don't know what the freaking signs of measles are.
Well, from what I've heard, it's pretty intense.
You're asking the wrong person. Go ask that guy.
Okay.
So, if you guys don't know, Rockland County last month, it was Rockland County in New York. They did something where they're like, pretty much, if you are not vaccinated, we don't want you in public places. Like, at all. So, if you're not... What was it? Like, if you can't go to school, you can't go out to, like, grocery stores, like, you have to be vaccinated to go out. And it's kind of like, they didn't do it to, like, shame people, but it's more so to, like, incentivize you to go and get vaccinated just for the safety and security of everyone else. And it's gotten bad, like I said, with the guy that infected 38 people that weren't vaccinated as he traveled from New York to Michigan. Man, I want to talk about this more because we talked about it on a podcast, but I'm like, you really, I don't know. As I'm like looking at this, I'm gonna keep swinging to the way of like, yeah, our kids are getting vaccinated
for measles.
Yo, what? What? For measles?
I mean, if you want to get the MMR, sure.
No, for everything. Please tell me which one is not like needed.
I mean, I feel like we looked it up and we saw there were
a lot that we need. No.
There were a lot that were in excess.
How? I didn't think that. I feel like, yeah, they may give it a little bit too much, but hey, how am I going to say that's wrong? I don't know too much about that.
Did you know, apparently, I had seen something too. Because we were talking about how is it possible for a vaccine to last your entire life if it's like you get it as a baby. Apparently, there are some you're supposed to redo as adults, and no one really knows this.
Okay.
I forget which ones they were, but it's very interesting to me because again, everyone assumes they're good for their whole life, which doesn't make sense.
Well,
but then they're not going to redo it as an adult, which means they're still putting themselves at risk.
I feel like it's probably because of that doctor you have where the doctor's not letting you know, like, hey, you got to take the shot. Or a lot of adults just don't go to the doctors because they're healthy or whatever. Mm-hmm. That's my thought when you're saying that. Is that, like, yeah, that's probably one of the two cases where your doctor is not keeping up with this because as a regular person, you go into the doctors, you're not going to be like, yo, I need this shot at this time unless you're really aware of it.
Right.
So your doctor's not doing a good job, or you're not consistently going to the doctor to, like, have them check up to see, like, hey, you need this shot. That's my only thought.
Right.
Following up with the Rockland County thing, though, so they did that whole, like, hey, we're going to do this for 30 days. You guys can't come outside to, like, public places, whatever. So now they're increasing it. Man, so pretty much parents and guardians are responsible for minors and failure to comply is $2,000 per day if you are caught and they find out that you're not vaccinated. They're just going to charge you that much.
My question is, does it are they going to do that to the people that are religiously exempt too?
You're talking on something I have no idea on,
because basically everyone who doesn't want to get vaccinated can use that and they don't really have to be super religious.
They're gonna be like, yo, you gotta get out of this county.
But that was the whole point, is like
there's not that many people that are freaking. There's not that, like, in this they say 1,760 people have been vaccinated against measles in the last 3 weeks. So, like, it's working. Them being like, yo, you can't come out to the public if that many people are coming out within a month. What? What's the issue?
See, I'm cynical with all this stuff because it sounds like a scare tactic to get people to inject stuff that we don't know what's in there into our bodies.
Then why don't you look it up? The information is there. Like, yo,
I don't trust all this stuff.
Okay.
I don't trust this. I don't trust the government. Nothing.
I want to know. I want to know these people that don't use Touch ID or Face ID on their phones because they're afraid of.
But it's not just that. No, I'm not talking about something that's simple.
But that's
why in mass amounts? Why do we have to do these things that now all of a sudden in mass amounts, let's inject tons of people? I don't know.
Because a lot of people are getting sick from it. It's not like they just did it out of nowhere.
But why did measles start all of a sudden again?
I don't freaking know.
Exactly.
You could probably Google it.
You realize
Stop.
there's things like...
We're talking with little information.
Stop. You realize there's stuff like diseases or... like all this stuff that kind of magically just happens again.
No. We're talking about very little information.
That's not weird. If we've fully eradicated something, where did it come back from?
Eradicate. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
What all these magical vaccines are for? Like we eradicate like smallpox and all this different stuff. No, you didn't
eradicate. Think of it as a shield. You're taking it to protect yourself from that. It's still a thing. What do you think these people are still getting? It's still a thing out there. Especially if you travel, it seems like you're more susceptible to this if you're traveling outside the U.S.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people these days travel. Like the whole thing with millennials is we like to have traveling, to other places to have other experiences instead of buying material things. So if a lot more people are traveling to these other places, they're not doing the same thing like us. So it's like that's where a lot of things happen. I'm pretty sure that's where it started. I'd like to say this was like a few months back, where it like started, where they came from like, I'm drawing a blank. It came from like some country. They came here and it kind of like started as like a slow effect from that. And it
Do you
was
realize,
like, a chain
for
reaction.
example, Ebola and stuff like that came out of nowhere, swine flu and all that, and then it
Ebola
completely
still,
just like poofed.
People talk about it less, but it's still a thing.
That's the thing. It's like a mass media scare. Like, what is that?
I don't think
All
so.
of a sudden, it's like hot for 2 months, and then it's just gone.
I don't think so.
Like, weird.
See, look, I just Googled it right here. The world's second biggest Ebola outbreak is still raging. Here's why. National Geographic. And they go into details about it.
So why are we not talking about it anymore?
It says more than 110 people in the past week have been sickened by Ebola. I guess this was in a province in northeastern Democratic Republic of Congo. Don't know where that is at all. But I feel like it's a lot of these places that we are traveling to, that these people are not being treated well, like health-wise.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to these places like, no offense to anyone, but like, you know, certain parts of Mexico, certain parts of, I don't even know. I can't even think of anything. Just certain parts that we are going to, like maybe Italy, Rome, like not the tourist areas, maybe the non-so.
You don't think Rome is a tourist area?
I'm sure there's parts of Rome that aren't tourist areas.
You're cute.
Okay, nonetheless.
You chose like a huge tourist area to
Okay, but
say.
they probably don't have tourist areas there.
Okay.
Like this, you can't tell me that the whole Rome is just like, yo, tourist.
Rome is like New York City.
Yo, New York is trash too.
So it's like a
No offense.
lot of tourism.
But New York has those pockets where it's like, yeah, you have tourist places in New York, but you also have homeless people on the streets that aren't being properly taken care of because they don't have the means to.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if you want to compare Rome to New York, I mean, it's still the same. There's still people that don't have, like, the health benefits as we would to, like, have these shots to protect them. Well, I feel like you're just done with this conversation.
I am.
I hate you. I hate you.
I don't really have much to say. I don't know.
The point is, we're getting our kids.
I go back and forth.
We are shooting our kids with all types of shots to protect them from this evil world that we live
And
in.
also make them immunocompromised, but okay.
I don't believe it. Fight me. With words, not with hands. Damn. What? Okay. So you're tapping out on this one.
Yeah.
You're like so not with it. Did that hurt your feels?
No, I just don't really have an opinion on it
really
anymore.
Hurt your feels like that? Like, damn, what'd I do? All right. Let's get into something that's probably not as, I mean, it's a little lighter, I guess. It's something that we have dealt with, so I thought it was an interesting topic to get into. So, this guy and his girlfriend plan on getting married sometime within the next 3 years, and they have never lived, this girl has never lived with another man before. So this is the girlfriend writing, saying that she's going to be living with her boyfriend. To give you an idea, the boyfriend is 20, she is 18.
Oh.
Okay, so let's get into this here. It's not too long, but it gives you a lot more context as to this. So her parents have been separated since she was about 6 for reasons, she puts in quotes. I have rarely been around my dad and have never lived with men. I grew up with my mom and my younger sisters. He grew up with both parents, he's saying her boyfriend. He grew up with both parents and an older siblings. My boyfriend and I met when I was 14, became best friends almost instantly, and started dating when I was 17. We were both Christian, and being raised with that decided before we even knew each other. What the heck? That we only wanted to date someone if we saw ourselves marrying that person.
Oh, it makes sense. You're just reading it wrong. It makes
they're
sense.
horribly typing it.
No, that made sense.
Oh my god. Oh sure.
It was decided before we even met each other that we are only dating to marry someone.
Is that what Christian is?
I mean,
that's why I'm like, you're tying it to Christianity. I don't. We're not getting into
you
this.
can. I mean, Depends how extreme you are, because you can do the whole like, oh, we're courting and then engaged and all that.
Man.
That's a whole other topic.
Recently, we started discussing future plans in more detail, and depending on some college things, they're currently long distance. We might be getting married in late 2020 or 2021. I guess the sudden realization that I'll be living with him is a little weird. I love him so much, and he's still my best friend. So even though I'll be in uncharted territory, I trust him completely. It would be interesting to hear from someone who has been there, male or female, who grew up only with their gender and got married, suddenly realized that it's like what it's like to live with the opposite sex, things you wish you would have known, perhaps marriage advice in general from those who grew up in a single parent home.
I mean, we didn't go through this really. We had both genders in our households.
Hold up.
We had two parents.
Hold up. I'm not talking about it from the parent part. I'm just talking about it being freaking young, and yeah, even though they're a little younger than us. Like,
I
relax.
mean, it's sort of. It's like loosely based to us, but it's not very
I'm not talking about
relatable.
Dogs. My G. I'm not talking about specifics. Chill.
Okay.
God. Like I'm trying to talk about.
Like I'm trying to say.
Alright. No, like, so my main thing is, okay, so her boyfriend's 20, she's 18. She's looking to get married. We're in 2019, of course. She's looking to get married late 2020 to 2021. And they're looking at colleges currently. So I'm assuming, even though the boyfriend's 20, he's not in college yet.
I don't know.
Oh, I'm going based off what I've read. So, yeah, of course we don't know.
She may be looking at colleges.
So what are your thoughts on this?
I think they're really, really young, which is funny because we're really not that old.
Dog, if my daughter was gonna, like, okay, she lived with her mom. This was tricky. All right, I'm just gonna go talk about this through the, like, if you had both parents, because I'm talking about it from the dad point of view.
Right.
If my daughter was telling me that, like, she was looking to get married to someone and she was 18, this person was 20, in like the next year or two, I'm gonna tell you need to chill.
See, like, I get it, because I wanted that too at that age. But looking back, it's like, yeah, that's really young.
You need to chill. You need to sit down a little bit.
Like, there's that. And also, so what I'm taking from this is you're coming from the point of view of, like, living together first. Whereas they seem to have to wait until they're married because of their religious views.
Yeah.
I always think it helps to live together before
living together. Sure, I'm focusing more on the marriage part. If you want to live together with the person, sure. Especially if you haven't. I hate the religion thing. That's my issue with this.
Well, no, my
if you're tying it to the religion, it's
right. No, my problem is I'm a bit confused, I guess, because I thought you wanted to talk about like the living together is better, but. So what are we talking about with them?
I'm talking about in general, like the whole thing about her getting married and her wanting to live with the person.
I mean, in general, they're young. In general, living together does help because you find out things and you don't really know a person until you do that. And so you have more of an out if you need to, or I don't really know their backgrounds, like how their living situation is, like financially, because it's like I kind of wonder in that department.
It's probably non-existent.
So
I have a lot of issues. Like when I was reading this, and she's like, "I trust him completely." I'm like, "You sound naive."
No.
Yes. Maybe I have a skewed view of the world and people. I'm not trusting someone completely. This is new territory as much as it is for you. Why are you putting all your eggs in the basket for, like, to me?
Okay,
here? Like,
it's just like to be nice. You're not. Oh my gosh, it's not naivety, but it's you have to trust this person to live with them and to be with them and be intimate with them and all that.
Well, I'm not saying not to trust this person. I'm saying to just give up and be like, yo, like, I'm following your lead. You do everything. That's what it sounds like to me.
Well, yeah, not for nothing. That's kind of what it sounds like because of their religion, too.
Yeah. And I'm like, no, that's how you get yourself screwed over. That's, like, you're young. Like,
It sounds like it's very much the man is the head of the household kind of thing in that relationship.
But
the whole servant thing.
If you're, I don't know where to go with this. Like, yo, I'd have to like cool myself down if I had a daughter and I'll try and talk to her. Cause like there's so many things to tackle.
Dad, I love him.
I'm like, you don't love anything except for me and your mother. Let's chill right there. Like, what is happening?
No, I hate you guys. I love him.
Yeah, you're gonna
He'll
love
treat
us.
me better than you guys.
You're gonna love us when he doesn't love you anymore.
No, that's never gonna happen.
Shit.
We're in love.
Yeah, that's what they always say.
We're made for each other.
That's another thing they always say.
We're soulmates.
Yo, if my daughter says that, when she like feels a little better, I'm gonna be like, oh no, I can't do that. That's gonna make her feel bad. God damn.
What?
I would have been like, oh, I thought you guys were made for each other.
That's mean.
Not as in like a mean way.
That is mean, regardless.
But as in like, yeah, I don't know, just poking fun.
No, but
I can
not
see
fun.
how that's mean, so I'll be like,
mean.
shoot, I gotta keep that stuff to myself. I'll say that's like you. I'd be like, I don't know.
And then Mama Bear comes out.
Okay, but you wouldn't tell her. I would hope not.
No, but I get mad at you.
Yeah, I don't care. That's still funny. That's still funny
That's
to me.
not funny.
That's funny to me. Like,
No, it's not.
shoot.
You are not a female
like,
in this dog-eat-dog, man-dominated, nasty boy world.
I'll be like, where's that love at now?
No.
Yeah, I'll tell her, live together if you could afford it. Sure, whatever. Like, if you've been around women and your siblings are women, your mom's a woman, of course.
I don't get why. I mean, I think that's why she brings the trust thing up, is because for some reason she's really nervous because she's never lived with a man, even her dad, which is weird to me. I'm like, I get it. I get wanting a father figure,
She's
but
putting too much emphasis on it.
But at the same time, I'm like, what do you think's gonna happen? I mean, if you think something bad's gonna happen, like he's gonna abuse you or something, you shouldn't be there to begin with. So I'm like, what is the issue here with why are you putting so much emphasis?
That's true. Living with the opposite
your family
sex.
dynamics, because everybody has different family dynamics, but that has nothing to do with your
You got a
relationship.
point. I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Right. So like, I'm like, if you're
like we live this like.
Are you actually scared and you're trying to defend doing this by saying I trust him completely and maybe you really don't? Like,
because I'm like,
are you scared to be with men, period? Like, is that I don't know.
That makes sense now that you say, because when she's like, oh, she hasn't been with the opposite sex or lived with it, whatever, I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
Like, okay, but
I'm like, what does that matter? Like, that doesn't play. Like, we're all the same. We're all gonna be watching TV or sitting back doing our own thing or whatever.
So
like,
maybe that actually is a fear of hers. Maybe like there's something there.
I've never seen another man stand up and pee before.
Oh my god, no! I'm being like more serious. I don't know if it's the strength of him that worries her, or if when they get in arguments or something. But I don't know.
But if she's saying I trust him completely,
I don't know if that's a defense, is what I'm saying.
You're getting into the weeds of this, girl.
I am.
I don't know if I like this.
I'm just saying.
Yo, if my daughter came in with all these things and you were psychoanalyzing all this stuff, I'd be like, yo, where he at?
Uh-oh. All right, I'll just do it to her. You'll be somewhere else.
Marriage is off the table. I don't want. No, I don't think you should get married if when you're 18. Like, I feel like, so if you don't know and you're listening to it, we are 25, gonna hit 26 later this year. Cool. We don't have a wealth of knowledge, but from what we know and everything we have gone through together separately, yada yada, I feel like, yeah, we can make this decision, and we are, living in our own place. We're financially stable, I would like to say. Like,
God, you make it sound so awful. We are.
Freak, I want more money, but
everybody does. But
that's my like issue. Like you haven't even gone through college yet.
Right.
You're gonna meet so many other people. This person, your boyfriend, is gonna change within that. Like, yo, I'm a different person than what I was 20 years ago. Like,
that's the interesting part for me. Because it's like I was with my ex from end of high school through college, and I look at how much I changed within those few years. And then I look at how much I've changed in the few years since then. And I'm like, holy crap. Like, I literally, it's like a joke to me, but I'm also serious that I look at like my life as like my life before you and my life after you. Mm-hmm. They're like two, like, I'm just different. Like, so much has changed. So much. Individually, together, whatever. So I'm like, there's that. I will say, I don't like when people use the excuse, say you have like a high school sweetheart and you guys are together when you go to college. I don't really like when people are like, you guys shouldn't be together because you're going to go to college and meet people. Like what you said. I think that's kind of trash because like if you guys, like I was still in a committed relationship with him through college. We didn't like cheat on each other or flirt with other people or whatever. So like it's possible to still be committed and date someone in college. College doesn't have to tear you apart. However, I know that there's like they're very formative years.
No offense to you, but you didn't go off to like a college where you stay at a dorm and you went, because I feel like that's a different environment versus you still having an outside life where you're still going to school. I'm not still going to work and like whatever. True. Like I feel like in that environment where you're in a dorm and that's what you're doing for months.
True.
It's a whole different environment. You're going to parties. You're seeing different people. You're having different experiences.
I don't think I would have gone to parties. I've never been a partier.
You're good at two shoes, but nonetheless, like that's why people are saying that. I mean, I probably personally wouldn't say that.
I think,
but that's why.
Yeah, true. Because like, say if you're in the same college, that's okay. But yeah, if you go to like different colleges, that's where it starts to get fuzzy for some
the same
people.
Colleges, because you're still gonna be meeting people.
It's true, but if you're in the same college, chances are you're going to be in each other's dorm room a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
but chances are you're going to be working with other guys, and he's going to be working with other girls, and it's like
you can do projects and crap.
Though you're still going to be like learning about yourself. You're still going to be being like, yo, I like this, I like this, right. I like that, I like my freaking toast burnt. Like I don't know. Like you're going to be saying all these things, and like learning about how you like certain things versus how you liked them when you were a teenager.
I honestly still like my toast the same as I liked it before.
That's cool. I'm just giving an example. So that's why I would not say to get married anytime soon. Yo, give it until like you're 23, 24. Like, give it a little bit longer. Mm-hmm. And I would expect that from your boyfriend. I would hope this is a conversation that you both have and not something that you are
and that it's
pushing
not like
him.
or that he's pushing on her.
Yeah.
Because that can happen in reverse.
Because the guy could be like, yo, I want you for myself. So, this is what's going to happen. We're going to get married. You're going to live with me. This is what's going to happen. Yep. And then that's a whole...
I'm telling you, when you read these stories, it's like you really don't know.
Because they don't give much context to what's...
it's like an onion. You don't know the layers.
So that's I would not jump into marriage. Like, I would say that whether I was the parent of the boy or the girl. Like, jumping into that is... It's not the smart idea. That's my thought. That's what I'm clapping it up to. So we got our last relationship advice here.
Oh God, there's another?
Yeah, girl. So this one is interesting. Oh man. I'm going to try to summarize the best I can. Maybe not. It's a pretty long one.
Get ready, guys.
So, this guy's girlfriend. So, the guy is 22. The girl is 19. Says, my girlfriend refuses to apply for jobs on the basis that it's not what I want to do in my life. So he goes to say, hi, y'all. I recently dropped out of college to work full-time again, as the major I was pursuing wasn't making me happy, and I didn't want to make a career out of it. I went from 10 hours a week back up to 40 hours around the same time my girlfriend was fired from her job and has been unemployed for about 3 weeks now. Bills are coming up soon. I have debt I was going to pay off with my now higher paychecks, but seeing as how she refuses to apply for places, it looks like my debt will be put on hold. And he puts in parentheses here, he still makes the minimum payments until she finds a job, in quotes, if she wants to. He further goes on to say she has fake nails and has no interest in working fast food.
Oh, boy.
She wants a daytime hours because college. She wants to be able to keep her piercings in. She has a nostril piercing and septum. I don't know what that is.
Your septum's your nose.
Oh, okay. I keep urging her to apply for jobs and have listed off many reasons that are hiring. Have listed off many places that are hiring around her, but she keeps getting angry, saying she doesn't want to work at any of them. He says they're mostly fast food or retail jobs. She supported me during college for about 7 months. She would pay my car payment, he says, which was $250, and sometimes buys them dinner or whatnot. He says, I love her for doing that, but I feel it's unfair for her to put the burden on me if she is not even trying. I felt like because I was in college and working, albeit not that much, it made sense because we were supposed to be a team. But frankly, I don't want to support her while she does all the hanging out with people and smokes weed and complains that no one she likes is hiring. I'd be happy to support her if she was full-time in college, like I was, or even working a part-time job. But she just plainly refuses to make any attempt to rectify the situation. I fear she's depressed from getting fired on top of other personal issues. I'm trying to do my best to be patient, and any advice of how I could approach this without further bringing her down would be very appreciated.
I got thoughts.
Yeah, hit them off.
First of all, I feel like you brought this up because this sounds like sort of familiar. Not like super familiar, but I'll get into that. But okay, at the end when he's saying he fears that she's depressed, she got fired. Mm-hmm. So maybe she got fired from something she loved and she can't like get out of that funk that she wants like something similar to that again. Who knows? But it's kind of funny because it's like I'll kind of go through this, because it's like I have my business, but then we're still at the point where I need to do other things to bring in consistent income while it's building. So I have to do like these random like odd jobs. I talked about this before. It's like I'll do 1099s here and there, like of just different things. And they're not always necessarily things I want to do. So what I struggle with is I'm at the point in my business where it doesn't make sense for me to get a regular part or full-time job because I truly need the flexibility to be able to book whenever. So I have been in the place where I'm like, well, I can't do that. And that place doesn't make sense for me. And I'm going to be miserable there and like that kind of stuff. So I can relate in that sense because I do have a higher purpose for myself by doing my business and prioritizing that. So, I mean, I granted it doesn't sound like she has something like that, but I've kind of related to that in a sense that yeah, it's like I would be, if I had to settle for a 9-to-5, I would be completely miserable. Like that's not my lifestyle. That's just not me. So I get it in that sense. But I do also get that you still have to support yourselves and pay the bills. So that's where it comes in, where I'd love to do my business by itself and that's it. But I'm not at the point where that makes financial sense. So I'm constantly pulled in different directions. I have like 2 or 3 other things at all times that I am circulating through just to kind of, keep our bills paid, save some money, eat food, all that stuff. So I understand how to be financially responsible while still being picky with how I do that. It's very much an art. It is, and it's very stressful to have that kind of lifestyle, but there's a way to do it. It just sounds like she's not willing to do anything, which is not helpful.
So everything you just said, I disagree. You're not similar to what he's saying.
I'm not not saying I'm similar to where she doesn't want to do anything. Okay,
not at all.
But do you see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying, but she's not in any way able to, you can't compare yourself to her because that is not the case.
I'm just getting simply the fact that it sounds like she won't be happy at different jobs. I get that part.
Okay, cool. That's great, bro.
Okay.
Like, no.
Dang, what?
No.
What?
No. All right, so this is how I'm cooking it up.
Serve it to me on a platter.
That is not happening. So you get fired from your job. First off, I want to know why you got fired from it. Mm-hmm. Like, what was the reason? Were you not showing up?
True.
What were the reasons you even got fired from your job? And now you're sitting here saying you don't want to work fast food, which I get. I don't want to work fast food either. I started from the bottom. I freaking worked at Target to start it up, and then I went from there. Like, you got to at least try retail. Get some type of money somehow. This person just sounds like all they want to do since they got fired from their job because they probably were lazy and did not care is just hang out with their friends and smoke weed with their friends and just not care. To where it's now affecting this guy and he has to freaking support them and pay the bills because it sounds like they live together. You know, no, this doesn't like this sounds like someone that's just lazy. If these two things that you don't want to do, which is working fast food or retail, all right, cool. Then, like the guy said, go back to college, get a degree, like do something where it's going to be helping us. Like, there's no, I have no sympathy for this girl. Because if I'm with someone like that, where they're like, yo, I don't really feel like working these jobs, you know, no place I like is hiring. This is just excuses. And it's like, she was 19. So it's like, I get it. She's young.
Yeah.
But
not for nothing. That's when you have to do the stuff you don't want to do. I've had so many jobs that I just hated just because when you're young, you just do the stuff that's out there that you can do.
Where do you expect to go? Like,
you have to start somewhere.
Like, I started at Target and then finally got into a corporate job and then finally got into another corporate. You got to keep moving. Like,
Like, and even for me, when one of my 1099s had went away, and, well, okay, so it's like a sticky situation. It didn't completely go away, but their budget had gone away, so it was a guessing game of how many months is it going to be till I can work some more. And it got to the point where finally by like the third month, I was like, screw this. So I didn't like quit. It's still there if it picks back up. But I then picked up another 1099 because I'm like, I was responsible enough where I'm like, we're really gonna start to feel it if I don't do anything else. So I made the initiative to do something else. That's just what you have to do. Just like, okay, say God forbid that you completely lost your job and the only full-time job you can find was, a pay cut. Stinks, but you gotta do it because now you have to provide for now until you can get something better.
And that's why it's like, I don't understand. Like, this guy says, oh, he thought we were a team. Clearly that's not the case on both sides.
And I get it because I think she's trying to manipulate the situation that, oh, I helped you, so you have to help me.
I'll let you soak that in for a week. Cool. Enjoy your time off.
It's a little different though because like he said, he was full-time in college, right? That's why she was helping him.
Yeah, and he had like less hours.
Versus it sounds like she literally does nothing.
Well, that's what it is. And he's like,
so
at least
it's a different situation, yeah. And then, the part about the fake nails. You see how often I get my nails done, and it's not like we're not poor by any means, but I look at getting nails done. That's a luxury. I don't get that done that often. And when I do, it serves a purpose. So like, for example, we have our engagement shoot this weekend. So I'm going to do it then. Like, I would love to have my nails done 24/7 because I just love it.
No,
but I understand that it's a luxury. So I hate these people that have fake nails. But that's what I'm saying. I hate these people who have fake nails, but it literally doesn't make financial sense.
Who's paying for it?
Exactly. Like, that's what I'm saying.
If I'm bringing in the money because I'm working 40 hours a week and you're not doing anything, why? How much your nails cost? Like,
well, it sounds like she has fake. When I get gel, it's like 30 to 35.
So I'm assuming those are probably like maybe 60.
Acrylics are like 40 to 60 depending on what you get.
60 every like what couple weeks?
Yeah.
to get your nails done. You don't want to get your freaking.
They get pricey.
I don't really
It's a
believe
luxury.
this, that certain jobs don't accept you with like piercings.
Oh, I think that's where I related to though. Like
No.
I have all my piercings,
Dog,
and
I worked at Target. I saw girls with
Target.
freaking nose piercing.
babe, Target.
But she doesn't want to work retail. There's retail jobs that will accept this.
So yeah, she's putting two different things there because I'm saying Target would accept it, but corporate jobs wouldn't.
They may accept the nose pierce, but not the.
They wouldn't.
Yes, they would.
No,
I believe so.
septum is this.
No, I'm saying the nose pierce, not that.
She
Not
said
the
she had
little-
septum.
She had a nose piercing in the septum.
I don't think they would.
They would take the nose piercing because as long as it wasn't like as too crazy, yeah, sure, they'll take a little nose.
Because my friend even told me once, like way back, like years ago. I remember this. She said in her job that I literally couldn't have more than the first 2 holes done. Like even one in the cartilage was a problem, and I'm like,
that's her job.
What? I'm like,
That's her job, though.
so I totally understand how the piercings. I get like, what is the word? Not possessive.
But
I don't know. I get like.
I don't.
They're my babies.
I think
so.
you're generalizing that one part, though. That's her job. That's not every place.
But a lot of
Like-
corporate jobs are similar.
Great, but
I
they're
do
not.
look at
They're not gonna
people-
get on you on the earrings. Depending on the place you go, you can't say all jobs are gonna
Depending,
do
but
that.
I'm saying there are a bunch.
They're great, not the ones I've worked
Or
for.
that's great for you. You're also a man who doesn't have piercings.
I see these freaking women that have piercings also. Like, yo, I seen freaking women and men with tattoos all on their arms. Like, yo, it's becoming more and more of a common thing where it's like,
it's
what are
more
you gonna
common,
do?
but I think people are still in. They're like in the old days about
I
it.
don't believe so. I don't agree with that. But nonetheless, am I being too extreme if I was to tell this guy if this continues, I would force breaking up?
I
gotta
mean,
eat, and you're stopping
So
me from eating.
you're basically you're giving an ultimatum.
I'm not dealing with someone that's not gonna help themselves.
Which I get.
If I'm trying everything, if I'm saying, yo, go to school, do so, like, if you don't want to work those jobs, cool, I get it. Then apply yourself to something.
Which is really nice because basically he's saying go into more debt for us, but I'll support you. It's very interesting.
But it's like,
he's
it's-
even
but it's
okay
do
with
something
that.
you like.
Right.
And it's like, if you're not going to do any of
the thing
those,
is you
get
have
out
to
of here.
you have to figure it out. And at her age, that's when she should be trying to figure it out. I know that it's hard, and I know that your mind can change over those years, but like that's when look into something. Just something. Try anything. You know?
Yeah, I can't. I would totally freak if I had a girlfriend, or like if you went into that and you're like, no, I don't really feel like working that, and like you would get mad at me if I was like, I don't really feel like going back to Target and all that stuff, and I'm like, I gotta do what I gotta do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I probably wouldn't do fast food. That's the only thing I would do, but I'll do retail.
Why wouldn't you do fast food?
Yeah, I hate fast food. Yeah, that's the first thing I said when I worked at Target. I told the guy, well, not first thing, but he asked me, why do y'all want to work here? I was honest. I was like, because I don't want to work fast food, and I think this would be a better fit for me.
Yeah.
And he hired me, so I mean, hey.
Hey.
I was like, I've been honest since day one. Whenever someone wants to ask me something, I'm like, yo, that's what it is.
Right.
But there's so many. Like, what do you want to do? Like, that's what I'm thinking. Like, do you like makeup? I mean, there's makeup stores. It's Ulta. It's like,
Right.
Like, if you're getting your nails done, like, is there a way you can get a certificate to like be a
Trade
nail
school.
salon
Why doesn't she
person?
go to trade school?
That's what I'm like.
That would be a really good idea because you're not spending all the time and money in college for like corporate stuff or healthcare or all that. But like you can do any kind of trade
But
for like a year and then you're in your job.
But that's the thing. I'm like, if you like fake nails, I'm assuming you probably like that environment of like a nail salon or whatever.
I mean, let's be real. A lot of girls like to have fake nails but don't like to do it as work.
I'm going. She likes something. She likes something. And
Just
that's what I'm
explore
trying-
it.
Like, what do you like? I would if I
Heck,
was.
you
in
could be a
this guy's-
tattoo artist if you want. Like you can literally just. There's different avenues. You just have to apply yourself. Figure it out.
Dog, I'll give this girl like a couple months. I'll give her 3 months max. If we're still in this 3 months max and it shows no sign of you applying yourself to anything at all and not trying, I'm cutting it off.
I mean, it's fair enough. How long can you
I'm not
do that? I mean, I would say encourage maybe to go talk to someone if she's having mental issues, if she's having, depression or whatever, because maybe that would help to get her out of her shell and figure out what's bothering her and then figure out what she wants to do.
You can encourage it.
Because it may be like layers deep.
You can encourage it, but from the sounds of it, I don't think she's willing to do a lot.
Yeah.
So that's my issue. Like, I'm someone for, like, I'm someone that, like, someone can tell me something all they want, but I have to go and, like, do it.
Right.
Like, you can tell me, yo, go do this, but, like, it's not going to change until I apply myself to it. Like, so it's like, is that going to be the same case? That's my issue with this. I give it a couple months. If she doesn't show any signs and she's still hanging out with friends, smoking weed, whatever, then it's like, I'm sorry, girl, but we got to cut it off. I got to find someone that's going to be in this hustle and bustle situation with me so we can get up and get grooving.
Hey, that's me. Hustle and bustle.
That's what I'm thinking with it. That's where I'm going.
Okay.
I think on this note, I'm wrapping it up. We dropped a lot of gems, a lot of turtles.
Oh, my God.
I'll come in here next week with an
I'm
army
the
of
saint
turtles.
Of turtles.
With an army of turtles up on here.
Andale.
So before we roll out, I just want to give you guys a couple updates. So for those that are following us on the wedding updates, you're probably asking, hey, why isn't there going to be like a wedding update, or why hasn't there been one? That we're holding off on April because a lot of things are happening, and we just want to do a bigger, I guess, recap episode. So that's going to be coming out next Friday. This Friday we have an episode discussing burnout. So that will be coming this Friday here. Yeah. So just giving you guys an update. Next Friday will be the episode where we get into like the whole wedding update of everything we have done up to this point so far. Kind of what's going through. As I said, we tried doing these monthly, but it didn't make sense to put it out in April, so you get it first weekend of May.
Yeah.
Or Friday, but first week. Yeah. With that being said, guys, it's time to wrap it up and roll out. Like a condom.
That would be unwrapping.
I mean, after you're done with it, you... maybe you don't.
Well, you unwrap it from the thing and then you roll it.
Okay. All right, guys. On this note, once again, I am Shadell from Paging the Simpsons. I am joined by my lovely fiance.
It's Lauren.
And real quick, if you guys have not, gave us feedback on iTunes, if you are listening on that platform,
do it.
Please give us a rate and review on iTunes. If you are listening, it would be a major support.
If you're a loyal listener and you don't do it, do it.
I appreciate it all. We both appreciate it.
Don't be that person.
Send us your questions. Send us any topics you want to talk to us about. I've gotten a few things through, Twitter, Instagram. Hit us up. We got all our links in the description: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, email, whatever is your preferred method. Hit us up. I get back rather quickly. I'm having dope conversations with people on Instagram on these like posts I'm posting. So
yeah, you're always talking to him. He's the one who basically does the Instagram. So FYI,
follow me on that if you haven't already. Yeah. With that being said, guys, we'll see you this Friday. And peace out.
Bye.
Peace again.